Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike at TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Forest River Sabre 360 QB fifth wheel. You guys picked a pretty cool unit here. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things I want you to take into consideration. Your awning and your slide back there. Leave plenty of room for them to come in and out unhindered. And then your three slides on your off campsite. So get a good eye for those when they're open. See how much room you're going to need for them to come in and out unhindered, preferably nothing hanging over top of it. And then leave yourself a path to get on the side of them so you can get around your unit. So once you've arrived, I also want you to think about where you're going to park for your water and electric. Your water or docking station is going to be just to the front of your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. And your power is going to be hooked up all the way back here at the very back corner of your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. So right there on the rear. So park accordingly so that you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, go unhook your hitch. Hitch band will go over that with you, but here is your landing leg controls. You do have this to pull out, bring up, and you have the strong arms on them. Make sure them are nice and loose before bringing this up. Once you've got your landing legs level and you're unhooked, we're going to come back and stabilize your unit. Now get a stick-on level, put it on your off campsite. When you're bringing them landing legs, get the unit as level as you can. Then you're going to come back to this back campsite corner and bring down your rear stabilizing jacks. Now, as I bring these down, what I want to mention are Jackpads. Jackpads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, and hot blacktop in the summer. It's going to better distribute the weight. Just a very good investment. We do have a 10% off coupon. Go ahead and utilize that in our store. Run these down, bam, just until they're taut. As soon as you start to feel any type of movement of your trailer, don't go any further because you don't want to change the levelness of it. You already have it level. Got them both down on stabilizing jack pads. Got our unit level and stable. Now we're going to go ahead and hook up our power and water. Back of your unit, you have this 50 amp cord. The way they go on now is they push in and then twist to the right and then lock this black washer on. At the end of that 50 amp service, should you need it, we have a 50 to 30 dog bone, we call them. Reduce that amperage, plug into 30 campsites, and if you need to plug in at home, a 30 to 110 adapter comes in your convenience pack as well. Got our power hooked up. Let's hook our water up. Now normally at this stage your slides will be in, other than they're cleaning it right now. Let's come over here to your docking station. For the campsite, we're going to hook up to city water. Up here in the right hand corner, city water connect. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid into your unit, except for potable water. Hook up your water pressure regulator, hook up the hose at the campsite, but don't turn it on yet. You're going to come right here, just to the right of your docking station, to your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point is making sure, well, I'm going to show you, your door actually comes all the way off here. Making sure we've returned our drain plug. We may have left it out from last time we were camping. I do recommend plumber's tape, not putty. The putty will get stuck in those grooves. But some plumber's tape, get that in there nice and snug. Then you can turn on your hose. Now, if your hose has been on for a little while, you're going to go inside and you're going to open up your hot water. It's not going to come out hot, but when water's flowing out of there, you know your hot water heater is full and you can turn it on from inside. There is an on-off down here. Only turn that on down here, this electric element, if you're hooked up to 110. Turn it on here as well as electric inside. Also in your hot water heater, if doesn't seem to be working, just come out here and look at your bubble. Make sure this isn't bubbled out. If it is, press it back in. It's a reset. There's 2 of them there. And your pressure release valve. So let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. I'll show you how those go in there. We're going to use potable water. Well, we simply use a hose and fill this up. That's your potable water connection. 2 ways to tell when that's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2, on the inside where you check the levels of your tanks, you press your fresh water button. Got our water and electricity hooked up. Let me go ahead and show you around the rest of the unit. Also here in your Docker station is your bypass for your hot water system. When you have it winterized, you have it unwinterized right now. 110 up here, park cable hookup, a satellite hookup, should you get that. There's your antifreeze will go in, your black tank flush, we'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. And you do have an outdoor shower out here. Looks like I gave you a little spout here. Twist area here, you can go ahead and run your hoses down through here. Staying on this off campsite, if you are using potable water, right there's your potable water drain. Your propane tank here. Also on your off campsite over here, your hot water heater. Your furnace heat release, if you're running your furnace here, clear that, it'll get rather warm. And you got 3 places to dump. There's where you'll hook up your sewage. You have your sewage hose, wastewater, and then another gray tank down there. Low point drain right there for when you're hooked up to city water, hot and cold. Your slides, the only thing I want to mention on these, your slide wipers, to add longevity to the life of these, you want to keep them pliable. So they do have a fluid that you can put on those to keep them flexible. A hole for a manual override for your slides. There's a hand crank in your storage compartment. Again, back here, your power. Looks like you're prepped for a backup camera. You do have a ladder to go up and check your seams, caulk as needed. Again, your stabilizing jacks. Coming over here to your kitchen. Looks like you could set a griddle up here, and down underneath here is a quick connect LP. There is a, when your slides close, you can use the hand crank to bring down your spare tire. This would be your extra gray tank. A couple 110s out here. That's where your fridge will plug in up there. Campsite, your extra doorway. Your main entrance. Your outdoor speakers. This is a vent for your microwave. And these are both access panels to the back of your fridge, should you ever need that serviced. Hand crank for your other slide. Speaking of cranks, there those are. You can also set a TV up out here. USB ports, 110 and cable satellite hook up here. There's also a fire extinguisher in here. Your other propane tank with a regulator. Simply turn your gas on, it'll go from red to green. Your battery compartment. Check your terminals now and then, make sure your battery hasn't wiggled loose. And your battery disconnect. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide detector. Your storage in there. Again, your landing leg controls, and a docking light right there. Well, that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look on the inside. So right inside your entry door, first thing I like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Just to the right of that, you open up the door and you have your control. Your awning, I want to show you only want to run your awning out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees. You're out far enough. The slide control there. Here's the slide control for over here. We'll run that in later. Here's where you check your battery. There's your fresh tank I said you can hold down to tell when your potable tank is full. Your black tanks and gray tanks. And another gray tank over here. All empty. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked up to gas. Here to electric. And here's a patio light. With storage here. Also on your island here, down here is your 12 volt carbon monoxide detector. The reason I mention it's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, you don't have anything charged in your battery, go ahead and use that battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down. Just in the hallway here is your thermostat. Turn that on to the air. Your air conditioner kick on. Shut your air conditioner off and turn on your furnace. You'll notice the air conditioner shut off quickly. Furnace just kicked on. I'm shutting the furnace off. Furnace fan will take a few minutes to shut off. They do in all trailers. In the hallway, lighting. Down below that in the hallway is your access panel to your breakers and fuse box. Looks like you got a variety in there. A bunch of 15s, a 3, a 15. Recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Coming straight into our living room, your entertainment center. We'll start with your TV. Remote in here. Turn that on. And it always works. Shut that off. Right down here is your entertainment center. Stereo. Turn that on. Looks like it's several zones here. A, indoors. B, outdoors. C is also outdoors. Oh, B is the front of the trailer. So different areas you can do that in. Bluetooth, auxiliary, 2 auxiliaries, coax, TV through here, video, HDMI. Nice setup there. Looks like a DVD, CD player as well. Fireplace. They're not just for looks anymore. Yeah, we can go through and make that brighter or less bright. But the biggest thing is the heat. Crank the heat on these. See, your furnace just now shut off. If it's chilly in the morning or in the evening, instead of using up your gas, crank this up. It'll get it toasty in here in no time. The sofa turns into a bed. Quickly show you how to do that. So remove the back cushions. Lift up on the front. I like to stand in the middle, gives you better leverage. Fold your legs out, go toward you. Lay that back flap down. Just that quickly, you have a bed. Reverse the process to put everything back. You notice you'll have to fold in your arms as you put this up. And just that quickly, back to a sofa. The table over here will fold up. Set the tabletop on this lip right here on both sides. Remove your back cushion, set them on top, you have another bed. Here in the hallway is your slide controls for both sides of your bunk room. Let's see real quick. Okay, so top one will be your left, bottom one will be the right. This sofa folds out the same way. Unhook these clasp here in order to bring down a bunk bed. It's also prepped for a television back here. Another bed here. Simply folds down. To give you yet another bunk. 300-pound sleeping capacity. You also have a bathroom back here. One thing I want to mention back here is 110 with GFCI reset. You have an exhaust fan. And a little plumbing to maintain. Just keep an eye on your PEX plumbing as you would at home. You have just a hand crank vent in here. No fan to it. The lighting. 110's down there. You have a ceiling fan. And your AC with quick dump. Coming back around, let's talk about your fridge. Turn your fridge on here. Push that in, you're on auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, it's running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, it's running off gas. Lift that up to run on gas. If this light comes on, your gas is off. Or low. Self-explanatory microwave. You have a light and a fan here. This metal top makes an excellent backsplash. Simply turn it to light here. Turn on your spark here. Your gas is off right now, but that'll come on. Been tested. Same thing here. Pilot light right up underneath there. Well, covers everything out here. Let's go ahead and head up into the bathroom. In this bathroom, I just want to mention another 110 with GFCI reset, fan, and lighting. Again, keep an eye on your plumbing. You do it at home. You're not bouncing a home down the road like you do here. Coming into your bedroom, turn the lighting over here to the left. You can control this slide from in here as well. And your big closet. It's also prepped for a washer and dryer. Separate AC unit up back here. Hand control that. And 110 USB next to the bed. Well, that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. So first thing I like to do is come down here to my control panel. And shut off any lights that need to be off. I'll bring in your awning. Then I'm going to go through and shut off all the lights in the unit. Starting back here in the bedroom, make sure your drawers are closed here. Nothing's going to impede this slide from coming in. And simply hit slide in. This is a short slide. You can stand here with the door open. See the importance of having those drawers closed. I should watch the corner of the door here. Oh, it doesn't look like it'll hit it or stop it. Once that's in, switch the lights off up here. Come down here and shut off our lights here. Then I can look and see all the individual lights I need to shut off. We'll leave these on back here. And we'll bring in our bunks. We'll go ahead and put this bed back up. Fold that over. Put the bed back up and lock it in there. Keep that locked for travel. Make sure this is snapped back in your bedroom, bathroom, and make sure that this is dead bolted. Come back up here and bring our slides in. Make sure all these doors are closed on these cabinets. You don't want to rip doors or drawers off because you're closing your slide. You have a TV there, make sure it's secure. Then hit your lower one to in. Your bed can be up or down on this one. Make sure that this is returned to sofa position. And just that quickly, our slides are in. Reach inside and shut off the lights. I do see one more light here, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn my main lights back on. Shut this one off. Now I can see this slide. Bring this slide in. Again, make sure all drawers and doors are closed. Nothing's gonna impede this slide from coming in. See the importance of having everything closed. It utilizes every. I wanted you to hear that noise. It's okay to hear that. Don't panic. Nothing is grinding. You'll hear that sometimes going in or out. It is the slide mechanism keeping itself from going in or out too far. Shut off our main lights and head out of the unit. As you come out, lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn this handle, and you're ready for travel. We'll bring up all of our steps. Go to the rear of the unit. And bring up our stabilizing jacks. While we're retracting them, I'll mention to unhook your cable, unhook your water, and we're on to your docking station. If we're hooked up to city water, we're going to open up these low point drains right here. If you're hooked up to potable water, we're going to dump this drain. Got all of our water out of our unit. We're going to again go to our hot water heater. Lift up on this pressure release valve. Let it stay up like that, and that's going to drain all the water out of here. Once that's done, make sure you return that back down or your door won't go on. Then you can pull your drain. Remember, hot water, so be careful. Remember to put your door back on and head up to the dump station. I will mention hooking your hitch back up. Your landing legs down up here. Again, the hitch man will go over that in detail with you on the fifth wheel hitch. Head on up to the dump station and hook up our 10-foot hose that comes in the convenience pack. Run the other end into the dump, and the first thing we're going to pull is our sewage holding tank. Now after it sounds like that's no longer draining, we're going to come over here to our tank flush. With the hose at the dump station, hook up your water pressure regulator, hook up the hose, and with your black tank open, go ahead and turn the hose on for a good 5 minutes. Let that wash out your black tank really good. Once you're done, unhook your hose, come up here and pull this wastewater tank. When it sounds like that one's empty, go ahead and pull tank number 2. Take your sewage hose, which is now cleaner because your gray tanks are going to be your sinks and your showers. Then you're going to come to the back and you have one more sewage to dump. After you dump this one, take your sewage hose and conveniently store it in your bumper. Again, I thank you guys so much for your purchase of this Sabre. I hope you enjoy it for many years to come. Happy camping.